Hi there, my name's Adam Fielding, and welcome to another one of my music making sessions. So tonight I thought I'd do something with a bit of a kind of darker edge to it. I feel like it's been a while since I did anything that was even approximating anything dark, so I thought it'd be kind of cool maybe to try something totally dark. But what will happen is I'll start something and it'll end up sounding lighter than I expected, and I'll just have to roll with it. But that's my intention, so we'll see if I actually stick to it. So I've just got my standard rack set up here. It's completely blank, and I'm just going to save this as stream so I can quickly save it as I go. So I'm going to create a instance of the M-Class Maximizer, and I'm just going to stick that on the output as I do with every session, just to give everything a bit of a bump and make sure nothing's clipping. So just give that a 3 dB bump on the outputs, and we are good to go. So I'm thinking maybe bump the tempo up to 125 BPM. I'm thinking of doing something kind of housey, like with a bit of a dark flavor, maybe something kind of sort of dark techno-y kind of thing. So we'll find out how that goes, I guess. So one thing I've been doing this week, which I've been meaning to do for ages, and by this week I mean early today, there's a particular reactor ensemble that I've been using during these streams for quite a while now, called Roidos, and I've been meaning to use my own samples in Roidos for quite a while. So this week I've been creating a bunch of kind of glitchy, sort of distorted effect sounds, which I showed off before the stream to anyone who's watching on Twitch. And one of these banks uses some of those pulses, and another one uses a percussion from Microtonic, basically randomized percussive hits. So the Microtonic stuff is good for kind of blips and boops, and this one is kind of good for more sort of, well, I'll play it and you'll be able to hear for yourself. I'll just turn it down before I start though, because it could be a bit loud. So it's basically a semi-generative kind of drum machine sort of thing. Originally it comes with its own bank of samples. I decided to replace them with a bunch of sliced up percussive hits, which was a bit of a pain because I'm not sure if you're aware, but Reaktor's sample management is terrible. So it's not a lot of fun. So I thought this would be kind of a nice place to start. So I'm just going to go into one of these sections here, various rhythm percussion, sounds kind of nice. I'm just going to go in here and just sort of go through a bunch of these until something sticks out. So I'm just going to play that. That's kind of neat. Busker Bills asked, is there a reverb on it? Yes, there is. It's kind of an interesting reverb because it seems it's kind of a simple delay reverb kind of thing, which I actually kind of like. It also kind of pumps quite massively with the output, which can be useful. It's very much unique beastie, but yeah, it's great for kind of popping out with sort of glitchy stuff like this. So I reckon that might actually be... I think that might be a good place to start, actually. So let's change the speed of it. Interesting. Okay, so now we're getting something. So I'm just going to mess around with this until something pops out. That's basically my approach at the moment. I might turn the reverb off. So I've got Shagra to it says Native Instruments hates files in general. I'm kind of inclined to agree. So that's kind of a nice sort of start. Nothing particularly complex, but we can play with this. So I wish I hadn't done that right. So what I was thinking of doing, I did this similar thing a couple of weeks ago where I created an instance of Stutter Edit 2. And there's a particular bank here which I found quite useful called Trap Beats, which is kind of funny because I've never once used it for anything remotely approximating trap. So I'm going to use Evolve, so it's between C2 and G#3. I'm going to use Evolution rather So you have to combine it first because you can't use a player with effects. So I'm going to set up this player here. It's an evolution sequencer, so it's going to go from C2 to G#3. I think that's what it was. And I need to set that up to receive notes. And set the repeats to 1. Ah, yes, I've just got that going there. So that'll just continue doing its thing, and that's kind of fun. What I'll probably do is just bounce a little segment of audio from Reactor, just so I don't have to keep that open all the time. So I'm just going to bypass that particular stutter edit and just bounce that in place, and I'll get rid of the Reactor instance and just route the audio into that stutter edit. So let's have that back, and let's disconnect that and hook that up to the mix channel. So that's going out into stutter edit here and coming out there. So there we go. So that's going to be, I'm assuming that's the correct channel. Or have I just routed this to the wrong place? Yeah, I've routed this to the wrong place. I thought I might have. Typical. Right. Okay. Let's get this correct. So when I press play, this will probably be quite loud. So when I press play, excellent. So that'll just continue doing its thing. I don't need to do anything else with it. That's great. It's just going to continue generating new glitchy patterns. Good stuff. That's exactly what I want. So actually, it's not quite what I want. I feel like it would be better if it was more sort of poppy in the actual Reactor patch. So if I just solo that, that's going to have to go there. So I'm just going to adjust the decay and sustain. I think with the actual stutters, that'll work a bit better. It might be a bit too short now, but we'll see. So very, very simple stuff. So let's bounce that out again. And once it's bounced, let's pop that in there. So that'll be kind of a nice sort of percussive layer, I reckon. So I'm just going to get rid of everything besides the stuff I'm actually using here. So let's pop that in its own column and get rid of those. So again, that's just going to continue doing its own thing, and I can just kind of ignore it. So one thing I'd also quite like to do is I'm going to mess around with the routing actually no, I'm not. I'm going to create, what have I done? Oh yeah, the audio is finished. So I'm going to create an instance of Beatformer, because I use that quite a lot and I really like what it does to percussive stuff. So I'm going to squash it a bit and just lower the air so it's less kind of harsh and highs. Or and I might just add just a touch of reverb as well using the DR1. So let's just have a little bit there. Just a real small amount there. So I want it to go through the stutter edit first, so I need to mess around with my wiring here. What have I done here? Oh yeah, this is all wrong. Fun with cabling. So there we go. So I'm just going to roll off the lows using high pass filter on this channel, and that'll be kind of a nice sort of glitchy starter there. So I'm going to call that glitch percussion. So there we go. That's a nice little start. So I think now let's have a more solid drum beat. I think so. I'm just going to go to my usual Evolve 3 folder and just grab a kick, and I'll probably go for a sort of 4 on the 4 flavor. So I want something deep but not too punchy. So that's pretty much perfect. So I'll just add some kicks there. And I'm going to use my sort of standard drum chain there. Let's turn those down. That's kind of punching me in the ears at the moment. It's going to add a little bit of dirt. Someone points out to me over on one of my YouTube archives that I never use dirt on Pulverizer in my drum chain, so I'm not really sure why. So I've done that. I might take the peak down on the filter just a bit and just bring that down. Cool. So I'm thinking like some kind of like clicky kind of clap instead of a snare would be more appropriate. So let's have, I mean, that is snappy. That will probably do the trick. So I got nice, simple, steady drums going here. I'm going to add a closed hat, and I'm going to use beat map to control that. So we'll get some nice variations from that. That'll do. So let's just turn the level down and create an instance of beat map. And just select Spawn XY. We'll just pick a random map position. So we're getting a bit of a vibe here, so cool. I'm going to create, possibly not for now, but maybe for later, one kind of a, well, that's great, that's not too harsh. So excellent. So, Buskin Bills asked, did you check out them kicks? Oh, I haven't watched the video yet. I watched like a little bit of it, and then I just haven't had time yet. But yeah, that was in my streaming thread over on Reason Talk, which if you haven't checked it out, you should. There's some fun stuff in there, including this video shared by Buskin Bills, and I absolutely should check it out because it sounded interesting. It's about creating the world's fattest kick, which I find interesting, although I find the art of creating a good snare particularly fascinating, because snares are damn hard to make. If anyone's tried, making a good snare is hard. Whereas I feel like there's loads and loads of tools for creating kicks, especially in the soft synth domain. There aren't really as many for creating snares. One of my favorite drum synths is Drum Spillage for exactly that reason. Unfortunately, there is no Windows version, so I can't actually use it in Reason at the moment, which is kind of a pisser, really, to be honest. So, yeah. So I feel like we've got some drums, we've got some glitchy percussion. I think we should add some bass. So this is one I haven't used in a while, but it was kind of a go-to for a bit of time, especially during my streams. And I've got a particular Respire patch I use. Actually, I'll just give this a proper name. I'll just call that drums, and this will be called bass. And it's just a preset that's in the Spire sound bank. So Respire. Am I being dense? Yes, I am. It's good to know your alphabet. So it's called Beatitude, and I think it is anyway, if it's the one I'm thinking of. Oh yeah, it's really loud as well. So I think that'll be a really nice deep bass. Chiroptera says, have you ever listened to Sweely's music? He always has incredible kicks and percussion in general. I haven't, but I will add that to my notes, so I'll check it out. Thank you. So I'm just going to draw in some notes. Just keep it just use some broad strokes. So just a couple of bars per note. So I want something really, really, really deep. So I'm going to start with... Oh, that's good. That's good. So once again, have to remind everyone I'm wearing cans for the duration of this. So I'm hoping this doesn't sound totally overwhelming or too much. But I think it'll be all right. So I'm just going to play that. I might have those just last a couple of bars each, actually. Oh, I like that. That's got kind of a... odd vibe to it. Might turn the density down on this evolution. So basically, because I'm using an evolution to trigger the stutter edit, I can just increase the density as the track's playing, and we can get kind of crazier stutters as the track is going on, whereas at the start I can dial it back a bit and kind of let the listener become acclimatized to it, which is nice. So I might just change those last two notes here. I might also add a pump to that. That's good. That's kind of the vibe I was going for. Excellent. So I'm thinking it might be good to add some percussive loops to this, and I'm going to give this a name like Stutter Edits, and fold that up. So again, if you're using an effect and you want evolution to trigger it, if it's a MIDI controlled effect, just pop it into a combinator and make sure you've got receive notes checked on the device in question. It's really, really useful. So might roll the lows off a little less there. I'll come back to that. I might also add a pump to the glitch percussion as well. I feel like that might be beneficial. Maybe a little less, so I'll bring the floor up a bit there. So it's not conflicting with the bass. Excellent. So I'm thinking it might be nice to just add some kind of loop. So I'm going to dip into my sample library and just go into percussion. I've got a nice folder of kind of organic percussive loops, which I think would be good. So I'm going to go to 130-ish or 125. That's not really what I want. I think that could be cool if I processed it with Beatformer. Don't really want extra, I think that'll do. I don't really want extra claps, I've got enough going on there as it is. So I'm going to add an instance of Beatformer to that, just to kind of make it pop a bit. So Beatformer, like, I'm really, really amazed at how much use I've had out of Beatformer, because I picked it up in a bundle with Rhythmic Pro and something else that I can't remember the name of, expecting to use those a ton and not use Beatformer at all. And I've used Beatformer more than the stuff I actually thought I'd want in the first place. So it's just really, really useful. So I'm just going to kind of dial that back. I'm also going to turn low pass filter on because I don't really want all that stuff. So let's have a bit of air. I'm just going to dial back the squash so it kind of pops. Not entirely convinced it's going to work. I think maybe with a bit of reverb over that might do the trick. So not too much, but just have a nice long bit of reverb. So let's put it up to about 7 seconds. Why not? Regroover Pro, that's the one. Thank you, Buskin Bills. North of Sea says, what are you striving to make? I was thinking like some kind of like dark techno-y kind of thing, but I'm not entirely sure where it's going at the moment. So, oh, that does actually fit. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I had it in my head that would fit in the mix, but on its own it does sound a bit weird. I'm going to call that organic percussion. So that can go in my percussion section. I might have a separate section for percussion and drums. I feel like there's a lot going on here. So let's have that there. Let's have a separate column for bass. Let's get some good column management going on here. Right. Oh, blimey, yes. Tony J. Burners said first DR1 30 minutes in. Yeah. I'm surprised. Actually, no, I used one already on the glitch percussion. So sorry. Good spot though. I think we're getting a good basis for a block going here, but I think it'd be kind of neat to add some extra bass. So I'm going to go to my own patch folder here. So patches, patch library. I'm just going to dip in there and see what's going on. And right, so I've got, these are all my own custom patches. They're all just all the different devices I've got lumped together. So I want something that's dirty squelch. That sounds pleasant. So I'm going to turn that down, and I might also put it through a high pass filter because we've got the bass drone. This is just kind of for a bit extra. So yeah, yes, that could work. Cool. Let's try this. So. All right. I think that I'm gonna have to mess around with the decay on this because it's not kind of. Yeah, let's have a play around with this. So I want that to be quicker, so I'm just gonna increase. So I think this envelope is controlling the filter. So. Oops, that's not in the right place. I'm not very good at this whole getting in the right place thing. So cool, I'm just going to copy and paste that a few times and see how that goes. I might add a bit of something to it. Let's have a bit of reverb. Busker Bills has suggested a scream. Let's give that a go. I might just use a bit of tape on that. Oh, yeah, that's a bit much at the moment. I like that. No, I like the roundness of it. Cool, I like that. Fuzz. I wasn't into the fuzz sound. I think it. No, I like the clean sound of it. I like the roundness. I might save fuzz for later if I want to use that. But I kind of like the roundness. I don't really want it to sound too acidy at the moment. I'm going to use the tool window just to randomize the note velocity a bit. Well, so far I think we're getting kind of a dark techno groove, as S-Code1 just said, a techno groover, so that's excellent. So I'm thinking it might be nice to add some extra percussion. So this time I'm going to dip into the loop supply, and I'm going to go into the electronic folder. I never go in here, so It doesn't bode too well. I just want some tops, so I might go for some of the more up-tempo stuff. I'm not sure if that's going to work, but let's give it a go. Wasn't expecting that to work, but I might hang on to that. Might add just a little reverb to that. Cool. I like that. I might add some extra percussion as well, like something more shaky. I'm going to call this extra bass. This one's going to be clonky percussion. I like that, it's kind of clonky. I'm going to roll off the lows there. Cool, I'm going to see if there's anything else. Actually, let's keep that going. So, I was thinking I might use some beatformer on that, but I like it as it is. I'm not going to overthink this one. So, stick to 120. I think that might work if I just pop that on top. Basketball said automate length on a reverb a few bars for a bit more time. That's a great idea. I'm going to get on that very soon. Thank you, Buskin Bills. That's an excellent idea. So I'm going to use beatformer on this, and let's keep that looping so I can hear what I'm doing. Let's give it a bit of boom, bit of punch. It's not really doing a whole lot. I might turn the squash right down. I actually kind of like it being more clicky like that, so I'm gonna stick with that, yeah. So yeah, let's keep that going. That's a really good idea, right? Tell you what, instead of automating the reverb time, I'm going to create an aux send, which I'll route that particular loop through, so I'm not constantly messing around with the tail. So I'll just call this tail reverb, because why not, and set that up so it's really long, let's say like 15 seconds or so, and every now and then I just want that to kick in on the clonky percussion as it's become known. So if I just pop it in there, that's cool, I like that. I might actually have more going through there, so let's try that and roll off the lows. That's a bit much now. That's cool, I like that. Actually, I might not have as many going there. Don't want to overdo it. Let's try this. Not have those kicking in quite so often because it's a bit much at the moment, but I'm just going to leave that. like that a lot. So I feel like we got a good groove here. So I'm gonna leave that as is for now. Stop messing around with the percussion. Excellent suggestions from Buskin Bills, by the way. Thank you so much. So I want to add some like atmospheric stuff to this. So I'm going to go into tech. It's got to be 8 bars minimum, maybe even only every 16 bars. The thing is, when I pop this into a block, I'm probably gonna mute most of that stuff. In fact, I'll pop that in a block now. So I won't have those happening every repetition. I'll just have those kick in every now and then. In fact, I might even pop that on the end, actually. In fact, what I'll do is just copy and paste that there, and I'll just have those muted when I don't want them. So, right, okay, let's give this a proper name. I'm gonna call this Extra Hat Perk. So, Jalix said, might we hear one of Adam's ethereal vocal washes on this one? Very possibly. I feel like that would actually work really nicely. So, but I'd like to get a few other elements going first. I was thinking maybe some like pitch down vocals. So if I bring everything up, and I can just pitch it down and we can see where it goes from there. So don't necessarily want to be in the Europa folder. So I'm going to go back into my patch library. It'll take a second there. And I just want like an ambient patch, but I don't really know exactly what yet. So Chaos Reigns, that sounds wonderful. Oh, that's nasty. I'm not entirely convinced that's going to work. What even is that? Oh, it's a serum patch. Let's just give it a go. I'll draw some notes in, and we can see if this works. So, let's just have. Whoa! Damn, that surprised me. Very much in the zone. Amazing. I think that's the first time that's properly caught me off guard as well. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Excellent. Thank you, Clobbermup, for scaring the crap out of me. Love it. Excellent. Right. Okay. I am going to let's draw in some notes. Okay. No apology necessary. I set this up. It's my own fault. Right. Oof, I'm not sold on that. I might try a different patch. Cables is right above that. That's a serum patch as well. So I feel like I should explain what this actually is. So this is one of my serum patches that I made for Serum Injection, which is a Fielding Soundworks library that came out a few years ago. And for all of the patches, I ended up using custom wavetables because I wanted to do something that kind of differentiated itself from other sound libraries that have been released for Serum. So I thought if I used all of my own custom wavetables, I'd give it its own flavor. So I'm using those here. I honestly can't remember a whole lot about how this was put together. So I seem to recall there's a lot going on in the there's a lot going on in the matrix here. So lots of stuff being modulated by slow LFOs. I imagine a lot of the same processes that I would apply to making a Europa patch. Lots of slow LFOs shifting the wavetable, that kind of thing. So let's try this. Oh, I like that. So let's have that. I think when I add a bit of reverb to that will really help it to sit nicely. So if I pop this in my synth section here, and yeah, let's add a bit of reverb to that. So I'm going to be constantly on edge now just because of that flipping save siren. Oh, I love it. So yeah, let's just add a bit of DR1. I think we need like a nice big echo. really big. Let's try loads of feedback. That's cool, I like that. It sounds nice and dark. So I'm going to call that atmosphere. Yeah, I really like Serum. I generally don't tend to use Serum as much as I feel like I should, because it's just really good. It's good for, a lot of people kind of use it for very gnarly, hard bass sounds and that kind of thing. But I really like it for sort of atmospheric stuff as well. I feel like it's an underrated synth in that regard. It has a very kind of digital sound to it. But it's, yeah. I feel like it'd be good to add some kind of like pulsing sequence, and handily I do have a section here. Now I recognize a lot of these from another sound library I did called Massive Cyberscapes. So it's kind of like sort of futuristic sci-fi cinematic kind of sounds. So I'm probably just going to end up grabbing just try Patrol Route. That's a massive patch, yeah. So that'll be from Massive Cyberscapes. So I think that might actually work, maybe. Let's try. Maybe not that deep. So I'm going to dial some of these effects back because there's quite a lot going on. So with all these patches, I had them set up so you could easily change the effects because I'm nice like that. So what I might actually do is set up I feel like at the moment, if I just have that playing as it is, it will just kind of be a bit too repetitive. So I'm just going to stick that through an AF4 and set up a pulsar LFO to kind of modulate the sort of the filter so it opens and closes as the track progresses, and maybe set that to a slightly unusual LFO rate, so maybe like 12 notes. So let's try that. So that's cool, that's kind of a nice sound. I might also add just a little bit of reverb to that as well, because of course. I'm just going to call that pulse. Buskin Builder suggested putting a bit of lag on it. Unless you mean the actual sequence. So yeah, we are getting all the wavetable synths tonight. I hadn't even realised I was going down the wavetable rabbit hole here. So yeah, we've got Europa, we've got Spire, we've got Mass. Yeah, we've got everything here. So, I've been messing around with this for a while, and, well, messing around with these ideas now, so I feel like it's time to bring out something I mentioned earlier called Pendulate, which is a free synth that just came out from Newfangled Audio, and it's really interesting. So I'm thinking I might use it to create like some kind of sort of art pattern that will come in later in the track. Now, it's very chaotic. Like the first time I used it, I was like, oh, okay, how is this going to be particularly useful? I mean, it's a free synth, so I wasn't expecting it to be particularly amazing. But once you start kind of messing around with it, you can get some really, really interesting sounds out of it. And there's some interesting presets as well. So if I just fire one of these up. So it's great for creating really kind of gnarly sounds, which I think would be useful for this kind of track. Yeah, I feel like Newfangled Audio's user interfaces are kind of, you love them or hate them. I'm not super into it, but I like the sounds it comes out with. But it's a very kind of particular thing. Thinking maybe let's try somewhere else. Oh, that could be nice. So I might turn the chaos amount down a bit, and what I might do is as it develops, I can automate the shape, so that'll be kind of interesting. Right, let's just get something sequenced. So I'm thinking yeah. Let's go back to the beginning. What was I doing? Okay. Okay, I think at the moment it just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, really. I think I just need a bit of delay, a bit of reverb on it to kind of help it to sit a bit better. So I am going to create a surprise, a DR1, just give it a bit of delay on there, and I'm going to kind of wash it with the echo. So let's have plenty of delay on there. Turn the feedback up. I reckon, yeah, that'll be kind of cool. Yeah. I think that last note just sounds a bit odd. So what I'll probably do is I'm going to roll off the lows on that anyway, so that won't stick out quite as much. Let's have a pump on there as well. So now this is where I think things are going to get interesting. I'm going to automate the chaos shape on the pendulate. So I'm not entirely sure how pendulate actually works. It's very unusual in that apparently the oscillator uses a dual pendulum system to create sounds, which is very unusual. I've never really seen anything quite like it. So like I said, like the first time I used it, I was a bit like, I'm not entirely sold on this, but then I kind of came around to it. It's an interesting idea. I do like synths that try something a bit different. Tony J. Bone says, reminds me of some of Daft Punk's Tron soundtrack. That is an excellent compliment. Thank you very much. But yeah, I love that soundtrack. I think it's the best thing about that film, to be honest. So I think we've got a pretty good block going on there. So what I'm going to do is just start writing the actual song itself. So how many channels have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 channels. That's pretty good going. So I'll probably just start the track with just keep it kind of simple. Let's have, I think having the bass at the start will be nice. And I'll mute a lot of these channels, so don't want, basically none of that. So let's mute everything but the kick. So I might change some of these notes at the start. That'd be a nice place to start introducing some glitchy percussion, I think. So don't really need it there, so there we go. I might also add some atmospherics to the start as well. Just have those right in the background. So not like that. Just have them paired back a bit. Actually, I don't want them to be playing constantly, so we've got plenty to play around with here, which is excellent. Having a little ponder here. I might actually extend that block anyway and just use the old manually mute that chunk there. Yeah. I might also have the glitch percussion sort of fade in just a little bit, maybe using a filter. So I'm going to automate the low pass filter there, just have that come in. In fact, I might automate the high pass filter. Actually, no, I like that. Okay, that's not where I want to be going yet, so I don't think I want that hat to come in just yet, but I do want some kind of extra percussion to come in. So let's have one of these. I might just have that extra note there. And let's bring something else in. Cool. I feel like we're off to a good start here. So I'm just going to play that from the beginning again and have a ponder. Maybe the track does need a loon. Maybe I'll pop that in later. Not sold on that particular combination. Not this time. Not this time. Right, that's saved. Appreciate the reminder. extra hat to come in just yet. This is just going to be a case of me kind of juggling everything to bring it in the right time. I might actually bring in that extra bass blip. I'm sort of going from feel a bit here in terms of actually arranging everything. So I might, when that extra bass kind of comes in, I might mute some of these notes so it sort of doesn't come in quite as suddenly. Ooh, nasal riser. It's been a while. Has been a while. So I'm going to automate the density of these hats because I feel like there's too much going on when they first come in. So if I just reduce the density. So. So I might have those atmospheric effects kind of fade out a bit as well. In fact, I might bring in a high pass filter there as well, just to kind of give it a bit of a rise there. There are quite a few sort of chaotic elements in here, and I'm not 100% on whether they sit well with each other, but we'll find out. Bongos. So let's have a filter on there. I feel like I need to add something here, so maybe that sort of pulse can come in as well. And let's have that filter in as well. So it's just lots of stuff kind of filtering in and out. Sort of very sort of straightforward arrangement going on here. Just realised I haven't added the sort of clunky percussion with its extra bits going on there. So I'm going to mute those and have that filter in over the course of that particular section. Because I feel like that'll add a nice bit of sort of scale and scope to it. So if I just filter that in over that section there. so I want to bring that atmosphere back as well. Something about that last atmosphere note that's not really working for me. Yeah, it's just some extra weird chordy stuff going on in there that I'm not super into. So I'm gonna have a look and see if there's anything in this patch, or maybe I'm just playing a bum note. I mean, that's also possible. I think I just need to accept that it's a weird patch. Lots of detuning going on. I think I may come back to that. It's weird. I kind of like the discordant sound of that. Buskin Bills has said, good techno is a minimum of 10 minutes. What's your target tonight? I have no idea. I'll just keep going and see how I go. So I'm thinking that would be a good place to maybe drop things back a bit. So yeah, let's have a little drop there. Going to keep that on a held note. That's a good idea. Buskin Bills said maybe put a massive reverb on it and wash it all out before you drop. Thor Insider suggested maybe an alternative block. I can't be doing 2 blocks. I mean, come on. I may do 2 blocks. Or I'll just continue drawing all over the one I've got here. Oh yes, that'll work nicely. Keep forgetting about that reverb that I can just drop in whenever I fancy. I might increase the time on that so we've got a really nice wash at the end there. It's already quite long, so I'm just going to take it from 12 seconds up to about 30 seconds, and then down again. to start messing around with the filter on that pulse. Actually, I might open that up over the course of that section, and then bring it back down. Techno is writer's block plus loads of effects. I like it. I like it. So where is... Yeah, I want to filter out that pad just a bit. Writer's block and loads of effects over a long time. Well, we'll see where this goes. The stream is young. I'm just going to play this from the beginning and have a think about where I'm going to go next. Increase the hat density as that progresses. Basketball suggested starting with the snaps, not the kick. I might start with like some washed out snaps. I think that'd be kind of neat. Not sold on that extra hat. I might change that with something else. Very much liking the kind of dark vibe we got going here. Basketball's had a really good suggestion, and I'm going to have a play around with this, and that is to not even bring in the kick until the third repetition of the block. So I'm assuming he means here. So I'm just going to make a note of that and just bring in the snap at the start. So what I might do is have that filter in with some reverb on it. Actually, I might not even bother with the filter. Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good vibe. Thank you very much, Buskin Bills. That is Awesome. Escoda suggested dropping the kick out before the end of the last block too. I agree, that's also an excellent idea. I love it when the chat gets involved and comes up with excellent ideas so I don't have to. I love how it's taking its time now. In fact, I might extend this section when the kick comes in. Oh, that's too much. Thorence, I said, I feel like you should bring in a ghostly synth after the drop. Go solo. I was thinking of bringing in that ARP that I've already written. I should probably bring that in at some point. But I was thinking I might have that come in during... Well, just have the filter in more slowly. I think I might actually filter in that percussion at the beginning. So let's have a play around with this. I can always change it back if I'm not super into it. That's better. I feel like it's just less sudden now. It's got another idea here, so I'm just going to insert a section there. Because we're just bringing in the kick there. That's a problem. Need to have a think about what I'm doing here. So there's stuff coming in and stuff going because I've inserted a whole chunk that's kind of broken what I was doing. That's better. Yeah, I need to work on that. I'm not super into that sort of skip there. I think that'll probably fix my problem. When in doubt, just move some stuff around with the old slice editor. So I just wasn't into that sort of off-kilter kind of sound. That's better. We're getting title suggestions already. Hands, face, space. Interesting. I'm thinking something kind of dark and to the point of just like something shadowy. I don't know. I'm sort of leaning. I don't know. I'm open to suggestions already, but it's great. I'm gaining ideas already. Right. Let's. I'm gonna make a note of hands, face, space. I'm not going to listen to it from the start. I'm just gonna get going. Can't get much darker than current COVID advice. Oh, I like it. I hadn't even twigged the connection there. Art by Words has asked, how do you connect the stutter to evolution? So what I did, just to recap, is I've got the stutter edit here, and normally you can't connect players to effects units in reason of which stutter edit is. It's an effect, it's a MIDI controlled effect. So you just put it into a combinator, and then you attach the player to the combinator, and inside the combinator you select the device you're using in the programmer and make sure the receive notes button is ticked, otherwise it won't work. And that's it, that's all you have to do. So you just have to put it inside a combinator and tell it to receive notes, and that seems to get around it. I'm not entirely sure why there's that that kind of restriction in place when you can just get around it using a combinator, but it's there, and this is a nice little workaround. Clovermutt's suggestion, Surge Control, that's a good name. Got some excellent name suggestions coming here, so keep them coming. Oh yeah, Surge Control is pretty good. That's tasty. So what I'm going to do is add a filter and have that come in really slowly. I don't want everything coming in at once. We're not ready yet. We're not ready for progression yet. fact, I might have the ARP come in a little later. Dystopian Directions, Night Shadows. We're getting some great names here. Actually, so I'm not going to have the ARP come in just yet. I'm going to have that come in during this block, because I feel like this would actually be a great place to try experimenting with some vocal washes, just to kind of introduce those there. Night Creature suggested Gravity Well. That's a great name, except I've already used it for another track. But I really like it. I'm a sucker for that name. So yeah, excellent suggestion. So good that I've already used it. Gravity Well too. Love it. So I am going to experiment with doing some vocal washes. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm actually going to transpose everything that I've done so far up a couple of semitones, record some vocally bits, and then transpose it back down when I'm done. And hopefully that will kind of sound interesting. So we can give this a go. So let's go 3 semitones. This is going to sound weird now. Key change, woo! We're getting all Eurovision-y up in here. So I am going to create an audio track and just stick a load of reverb on it, because that's what we need. And I'll probably filter it after as well, but we're going to want lots of that. So I'm just going to disable that. And hello. Right, let's try this. And now to fix these broken ass vocals. So let's transpose all of this back down 3 semitones, and let's pitch correct this, because they'll be wobbling all over the place, drifting in and out of time like Doctor Who. I think what I should do is test it in the track around here. I think when it's filtered, that'll sound quite interesting. spooky. Right, so let's dip back in here. I don't know what's going on here. Me not doing a very good job with these vocals is what's happening here. So I'm going to go back to the song and just start from here, just before the drop. Just have those properly filter in. Just remove that second atmospheric bit there. Yeah, Buskenbill suggested giving the wash a bit more breathing space, and I totally agree there. I think there's a bit too much going on there. So I think if we just remove that second one there again. Yeah, I don't want everything coming in straight away again. Oh yeah, I forgot I muted the pendulate. That's still gonna come in. I wonder if that would work. I'm gonna have the bass. Subtle. Yeah, so I want that to be about twice as long as it currently is. So I'm just going to halve the tempo of that. Because I want that up to really slowly come in. And Trezo has suggested, title suggestion, Heliosphere, which is really good. And excellent save reminder. And could high pass the bass drum slightly when the break starts. So that's also a good idea. So what I might do is break out the kick. And stick that through a high-pass filter. And get rid of all of the drums in the process. So now I can high-pass filter the kick. So I'm going to mess around with the vocal wash because I think that needs a little tweaking. There's a couple of bum bits in there, so just gonna. I might just record another take, and so although that is a bit of a pain. Oh no, I'm not going to record another take. Let's keep the momentum going. And just get rid of that little bit at the end. Just want to remove that dodgy bit at the end. There we go. The perfect crime. Excellent. I do love a good botch job. So I'm also going to grab the start of those vocals as well because I want to place them there because otherwise there's a weird sudden attack going on. Buzzkill suggested some saturation on the Spire bass patch. I quite like the purity of it though. was like, what's this this filter here doing? So Thor Insider suggested Ultraviolet. Again, a title so good I've already used it in another track. I guess this is kind of the problem with having a big back catalogue of stuff, is that I've already used these titles. I think Ultraviolet may have been the title of the first ever drum and bass tune I ever wrote, which took ages because I was really bad at it. So Night Creatures asked, do you use pump on every channel? I've used it on quite a few channels. So yeah, I've used it on just a lot of channels so far. So it's going to be one more chunk before the before that ARPs properly come in. Maybe I should bring in the glitchy percussion again. It's giving me very kind of late night driving vibes. So that bass comes in way too suddenly. Art by Words has suggested Cosmopolis. That's a pretty cool title. I think so far I'm liking Surge Control. I'm liking Night Shadows as well. Something suitably dark. Off your tits. Basketball's title suggestions: Chiroptera? That's not a word I recognise. I might do the old building up the reverb there again, and maybe kind of roll off the lows again. So basically I'm just going to bring everything in at this point and maybe bring some extra elements in as well. There's a few things I want to try. Oh, that is a cool title. I might actually drop the kick there, because that was sort of an accident. And I actually like how it turned out. Ah, I haven't popped in the loon yet. A shame. want to go nuts with adding elements, but I feel like something nice would work in there. I really like the idea of Chiroptera. I can't even pronounce it, so I feel like it's a nice idea, but I'm not entirely sure it has kind of that pull to it. But it is a really cool name conceptually. Buskin Bills said, don't add something, take something away. Smart. What I might do is just add some reverb to that last vocal wash, and then that can kind of just rinse out. Just go with that tune. I love it. Bat madam. Feel like that's kind of an opportune point to start maybe winding things down a bit. Yeah, I did not expect this track to kind of get to sort of 7 minutes. So that's great. Let's keep it going. Too soon. Or we can keep it going for a bit longer then, I guess. So this is the intro. Techno, more like tech yes. Not gonna lie, I'm really liking the vibe of this. So that's awesome. We certainly got our block's worth. We certainly did. I always love it when that happens. Buskin Bills, the trick is when you think it needs a change, you're wrong. Double the length, then make a change. You know what? I'm gonna go with that. And not bring the vocals in just yet. Let's have that pulse come up a bit. don't think I'm going to go for 10 minutes, but I'm happy with the length as it is, where it's going now. You might be back in DJ Mag. So for anyone unaware, right after I released my album Icarus about 7 years ago, I ended up with like a little piece in DJ Mag, which I always thought was kind of hilarious because I've literally never DJ'd in my life, which I always think is kind of a funny little anecdote. Tony Bird says, now just mirror the track around the endpoint and break it all back down. Ooh, lovely 16-minute track incoming. Klobma has said, this sounds like the darkest thing you've done this year, which, yeah, I'm cool with that. So again, let's ride that out a bit longer. Which I might start filtering out the vocal washes. Definitely where I'm going to start winding it down. And just have the same bass note repeating. Let's remove that pendulate. Note because that's a bit odd. Now I think it's a good place to fade out. I don't want to outstay my welcome. I think if I can get to 9 minutes, that'll be nice. I mean, I didn't expect to write a 9-minute tune in a couple of hours. I'm very happy with that. Wuss. I am a wuss. So I'm going to start bringing down the atmosphere. Start fading out some of this glitchy percussion. Drop the tempo. That'll do it. I do want to mute some of these hats. In fact, I want to drop the bass there. Let's have that nice little trick there. Something that might filter out the kick there. In fact, let's filter it out here. probably be filtering out that pulse. Nice, seamless. Tell you what, if we end on one of these, wash the snap. Yep, that's also an excellent idea. There we go. I think we're going to make 10 minutes. This is ridiculous. Well, don't expect me to be writing 10-minute tracks during these streams regularly. Oh, that's got to have a longer tail there. Ah, oh, damn it. "15-second tail. Come on." Oh yeah, that's easy. I reckon if we can get it there. So, right, let's filter this out properly. "15-second tail. Love it. What I might do is stick a ECF on there and just filter that out at the end, so I get a nice smooth fade. And I'll do the same with the pad as well. Now do. Lovely. So I think if we finish there, that'll be just right. Alright. Okay. A reverse washed out loon. One last vocal wash flow. That's a really good idea. Yeah, just pop that at the end. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Tail heavy. So now we're at the second drop. No. We're done. 10 minutes. That's pretty damn good. That name is definitely growing on me, Buskin Bills. Chiroptera. I'm gonna have to look up how to pronounce it properly though. I think we need to listen to this properly from start to finish, yeah, let's just give it a go. Let's give it a go. So, sit tight for the next 10 minutes, I guess. I'll make some notes of anything I want to change as I go because I feel like I just want to listen to the whole thing. So here we go. I'm super happy with how that's turned out. I still can't believe I've crossed the 10-minute mark there. Also, hey Dravit, good to see you in the chat. Yeah, things got dark and extended during today's stream. So yeah, it was quite interesting. There's one thing I wanted to change, and that's around bar 113 during the drop. I want to drop the pump on the bass. So if I go to my Spire bass here and just adjust the floor and bring that up. In fact, I want that to have come up. Whoops. Let's have that. There we go. Let's have a nice drone. I'll bring the pump back on there. Dravid, the snaps make me think that Puerto Ricans are about to dance fight. That's totally the vibe I was going for. In fact, I think I've danced around this enough. I'm gonna call this Chiroptera, because it's a cool name and I like it. Alright, I'm not listening to the whole track again because nobody's got time for that. Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna see some of the comments that kind of came while it was actually playing. Yeah, there's some talk about modulating the filter on the Europa bass. I actually kind of like how steady it is. I think I like this. Yeah, I don't want to overcomplicate things, if that makes any sense. I like the fact that it's quite steady throughout, and you kind of get into the vibe. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that as it is. I don't know what. Oh yeah, that's the bass pump. Give that a useful name there, bass pump. So yeah, I'm actually gonna go to self-contain all that stuff. Yeah, quite looking forward to coming back to this tomorrow because yeah, I bet that's going to sound much more satisfying outside of wearing cans. So I think I'm actually done with that. At this point I feel like I'm kind of surprised that I wrote a 10-minute track over the course of a couple of hours, and I feel like I just don't want to touch it anymore. That's job done. So yeah, but I'm really happy with the vibe of that and how that's turned out. And thank you to Buskin Bills for encouraging me to hit the 10-minute mark. I actually don't think I've written a single continuous track that lasts 10 minutes. Like, I've written a few sort of mixes, like, and a couple of tunes that sort of blend into each other that obviously go over that. I've got close before, but I don't think I've crossed 10 minutes. 9, but not 10. So that's personal achievement for me. So that's nice. So yeah, I'm really quite happy with that. I couldn't have hoped for that to go better if I tried, really. So yeah, that's nice and saved. Yeah, Dravit, we do 8 minutes on the reg on the Dravit stream. I know, I suck. So, but yeah, it just makes me think, where do I go from here? Am I going to do am I just going to write like a 20-minute techno set, like a mini set during one of these streams? I need to set aside like a day, so I can just keep going. But yeah, no, really appreciate that. So yeah, so cool. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. So 24 stream, 24 hour song. Oh god, 24-hour minimalist fielding marathon. It's interesting. There was someone who did a challenge where they wrote, it's like 50 games over the course of a 8-hour workday. And I was kind of thinking that's really neat because obviously they're just kind of churning out ideas like really quickly. And I like the idea of maybe trying to do something like that with music, but I'm knowing it like it would just be a collection of 50 ideas more so than complete tunes. But yeah, I don't think I could do that. I'm not even sure if that's possible. But yeah, all complex. 24 stream, 24-hour song, all complex. Oh god. Yeah. So this was a nice excuse to bust out some ideas and some old presets and stuff, and I'm glad I did. So yeah, cool. Techno complex set. I mean, that's actually not a terrible idea if you had like a really cool patch and you had like some really good rolling drums. That'd be kind of cool. So right, I'm gonna leave the actual music making component behind and finish. But if you're watching on Twitch, then obviously I'll stick around afterwards for a little bit and talk about this. But if you're watching this on YouTube, then thanks for watching, and yeah, really, really appreciate you sticking around and being patient with me writing this behemoth of a track. So yeah, appreciate it as always. So I'll be back again same time next week writing some more tunes. But until then, thanks so much for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Cheers and goodbye.